Das ist Reichsko Relaxo mit einem Kampf von Pokémon. And in case you're wondering, that was German, and no, I won't speak in it the entire battle. So here we go. This is against ALittleTadpole from Smogon. He's going to lead with his Rose Raid, which is going to Sleep Powder, and I'm going to lead with my Machamp. So my Lumberry cures my sleep, and I go for a Dynamic Punch, which, gets it a little below half. I probably should have gone for the Stone Edge instead. I go for Bullet Punch, which almost kills it, but it hurts itself in its infusion, so, not a big deal. He goes out into Puff, his Magic Flygon, and it's going to go for Earthquake, which, since Machamp is pretty bulky, he's going to hold on and Dynamic Punch. So Dynamic Punch does a lot because, Flygon doesn't have that good of defenses, and I'm just going to Bullet Punch to finish the Flygon. So Machamp's taken out 2 already, and he goes out and does Heatran, and Fire Blast is, just going to take out Heracles, period. So I go out into Boreas, my Suicune, and he switches, and I Calm Mind on the switch. Special attack, special defense, and I knew he was going to roar, so I roar him out. And now he goes out to Goldeneye, his Starmie, which completely walls me. But again, it doesn't matter because Starmie gets a crit with Thunderbolt, and OHKOs my Suicune. So I go out into Isis, which completely walls Starmie, except for the occasional Freeze with Ice Beam, which of course happens. So I'm frozen solid, and I get my leftovers, and he withdraws his Starmie, taking advantage of the situation, and goes out and do a Swampert. Now, I switch from Isis into Aegis, my Ferretress, to set up some screens on his Swampert. So he Earthquakes, which does, okay damage, but I'm a Ferretress. So I set up a light screen, and I Rapid Spin before he is able to roar me. So I go out, and Isis gets pulled out, who is going to get destroyed by Swampert. So I switch into Nike, my Togekiss, and he sets up rocks. So I go for a Nasty Plot, right? And he Stone Edges. But since this is a Swampert with probably little to no attack EVs, and I'm a bulky Togekiss, that doesn't even do half. So a Nasty Plotted Air Slash, however, is going to do a ton to a Swampert, who is going to flinch because of the 60% flinch chance. So he withdraws his Swampert, goes out into his Slowbro, which I'm told is a defensive Pokemon, not specially. So it's not going to take the Air Slash any better than Swampert did. In fact, it takes it worse. So lefties, and then another Air Slash is going to finish his Slowbro. So I get my lefties. He goes out into his Heatran, and it goes for a Fire Blast. And now, since I have Light Screen up, that's going to do minimal damage. And I'm just going to retaliate with an Aura Sphere, which does a whole lot. In fact, I think it, kills the Heatran. Okay, not kills, faints the Heatran, those activists out there. And my Light Screen fails. So he sends out his Starmie, which Hydro Pumps, and I don't know. I might have survived this had it not been a crit. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to call it. I probably would have died. I go out into Isis, who takes Stealth Rock damage. He goes for the Ice Beam, hoping for the Freeze Hacks again, maybe. I don't know. And I go for the Flamethrower, because that's about what I've got for attacking on this Blissey. And I got a Burn, so it's kind of, retribution for the freeze he got earlier. So he Thunderbolts, which does a little more, I think it was, just a bit, than Ice Beam. I Flamethrower. He's hurt by his Burn, and I get my lefties. He doesn't have lefties, he's got a Life Orb. So Thunderbolt, again, with the minimal damage, because it's Blissey. And his Life Orb recoil takes him out. I go for a Flamethrower, and there's no target. So he goes out into his last Pokemon, which is Swamp Thing. And I go down, because that's an Earthquake, which does a whole lot. And I go for a Flamethrower, which, even though I don't have Serene Grace, burns again as well. And he's hurt by his Burn. I get my lefties. He goes for the Earthquake, which does less because he's burned. I keep Flamethrowering because that's my only attacking option, because I don't run Seismic Toss on this Blissey. Think of changing it to Shadow Ball instead, but anyway. And he misses with Stone Edge. He was probably going for a crit or something. But he gets lefties. He's hurt by his Burn. I mean, there's really not much to say at this point. So, yeah, Stone Edge misses. I soft-boiled kind of just to rub it in his face. Sorry, but it's true. And he gets his lefties. Burn does damage. I get my lefties. go for a final. He Stone Edges, which again does minimal damage. I Flamethrower, and that ends Swamp Thing. So, good game, a little tadpole. You guys should rate, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, peace out. See you later. Bye. Werbeischneidend.